Okay. Yesterday, what did we learn? What two main things you learned yesterday?
Polygons.
Polygons. What about polygons?
They have to be enclosed.
They have to be closed. Can't be curved. Straight sides. Has to have four or more sides. There's one more thing we're missing. Can they cross?
Angles.
They can't cross. Trent, go for it.
Angles add up to 360.
Yes, that was the other big thing. So we learned about polygons, and all angles of polygons add up to 360 degrees. Okay. We are going to now add on every day a polygon or so. Okay. Today is all about parallelograms. Can you tell me what you know about a parallelogram?
Right. They're parallel.
Sides,
What?
all four sides are parallel. So like two sides are parallel and the other two
Yep.
are parallel.
The pairs across from each other, right? The sides across from each other are parallel to each other. Now, these arrows signifies parallel to each other. Okay, they're kind of like congruent markings, but they mean parallel. Okay, so GH is parallel to JF. Another thing is we know that their sides are congruent. So if GH is 3, what's JF? 3. And then what's the length of the other side?
5.
Also 5. Okay, so we know their opposite sides of a parallelogram are congruent to each other. Okay, that's a big one right there. Look at these conditions. Okay, we just talked about these. Opposite sides are congruent to each other. So we're crossing through for congruent sides. Underneath, we have pairs of angles that are congruent. Okay, the angles that are congruent are across from each other. Okay, across from each other, angles are congruent. What do you know about angle A compared to angle D? How do those? They're not the same, but what do they add up to equal?
180.
180, yep. So, look here. Do we have a right acute obtuse angle? What's it look like? Obtuse. What do we have down here? Acute. So we have an obtuse and an acute angle. Those create 180 degrees. Okay, so you know that these angles that are not the same get you to 180 degrees. Okay, what do we know about all the sides? Or all the angles? 360. Okay, looking down below, we're not going to get too much into this today, but it's good for you to know. If we cross in our parallelogram, if we cross in our parallelogram and it splits at this intersection, their pairs are congruent to each other on the same line. Okay, we're not going to get too much into that right now, but it's good for you to know. And then coming down the bottom, we already talked about opposite sides are parallel and congruent to each other. Any questions over these 4 conditions? Okay, we're going to be focusing on those top 2.
Today?
Okay, so moving on here, we want to find the missing sides. If you know 2 of them, do you know the other 2?
Yes.
Yes. What's the one across?
9.
This one. This one's 9. What's this one?
8.
8. Easy enough?
Yes.
All right. This is where it might get a little confusing, okay? We want to find all the missing angles. If you know one, do you know another one?
Yeah.
Yes. Which one do we automatically know? C. What's C?
60.
60. Now, how do we find the other 2?
Add them together.
Add together minus 360.
There's an easier way. You're exactly right. But what can we do with this number to find this other one?
Yes. That is about 4.
Divide by minus 180.
Yes. Okay, we just talked about that angle A and angle B, acute and obtuse angle, those get you 180. Okay, so to find the other one, we're going to do 180 minus the angle that they give you, which is 60. What do we get? 120. Okay, does that give us one of them or both of them? Both, okay, because we know they are the same. Questions on that one?
No.
Okay, let's find the missing angles on this one. On 3, which angle do we automatically know? B, what is it? 105. How do we find the other 2 missing ones? Yep, because we know obtuse and acute get you 180 degrees. So we take 180 minus the angle given. What does that give us? 75. Is that one or both? Both. Questions on these concepts? Okay.